What's up, everyone? Good evening. Welcome to a special edition of Hardcore Challenge Live, coming to you at halftime of Monday Night Football. Not one of our normal slots, but we are getting close to Super Bowl time. We are deep in our divisional round, and it's time to check in, do a little update of what we got going on here. So let's go ahead and give out the call-in number. Lines are completely open. So if you got something you want to get off your chest, please feel free to go ahead and call in. If there's something you need to get off your chest. It's about your football team, your fantasy football team, what have you. Let's hear it. Let's see see if anybody's got anything to say. So, basically, we come in, we had two games. We have Renegade Misfits facing Beaver Street Roar, 30 South Battle, Showdown. It was the third time they had faced off this season, and typically history says you don't sweep a team 3 times this season. Well, history was wrong. Renegade Misfits went down all 3 times to Beaver Street Roar this season. Beaver Street Roar is currently finishing off their win as Renegade Misfits. All of their players has played. It's 112 to 129 currently as you're sitting with Beaver Street Roar closing out their game. They've still got Bailey going. They've got 3 points at half, so Matt could stretch this out a little bit, put a few more points on the board, but that one's the final. So Beaver Street Roar is in their first Super Bowl. Only the second team from the Dirty South to ever make it in. Silver and Black Attack, formerly my team, made it in 2011. That was the last team from the Dirty South that made it into the Super Bowl. I did not come away victorious. Hopefully this year one of our competitors will. Now, there's still another team from the Dirty South battling it out hard in the other game. It's not over yet, but to go up against the team that set the regular season scoring record and then see them lay a 202-point game on you, that's rough, man. To get to the divisional round, 1 game away from the Super Bowl, and your opponent puts up 202 points. I mean, Lick My Rawls is sitting with 159 right now, with 3 positions with a half to play. That's a phenomenal score. And to know that you probably are not even going to be able to make it competitive, possibly, that's ridiculous. That's because he would have absolutely annihilated the other 2 owners that are competing in the other game. Renegade Misfits and Beaver Street Roar would not have stood a chance against Lick My Rawls this week. But it's all about the matchups when you get into the playoffs. So right now, when you're looking at it, he's got Lick My Rawls has 3 guys still going. Arby's is capped out at 202. Right now, Lick My Rawls is sitting at 159 points. They've got the Cowboys defense with a half to play. They currently have 7 points. They've allowed 21 points and only have 1 sack to their credit. He's got Jason Witten going, who only has 23 receiving yards and only 3 points. Only that 1 catch is all Witten's had so far. And then he's also got Golden Tate going with 22 receiving yards. Those guys got to pick it up. He's gonna have to get at least 20 some out of Witten, 20 some out of Tate, and probably a 10 spot out of the Cowboys D to pull off the win. It is not unheard of for either one of those guys to possibly put up some points. We've got a 21-21 game already. This is going to be some points put up, and the points just need to happen in the hands of Golden Tate and Jason Witten for Lick My Rawls to pull out the amazing comeback. It's going to be a damn shame if he puts up that many points and comes away a loser in the playoffs when you've seen the other game at a 112 to 129 currently. But hey, man, that's matchups, and that's fantasy football. So, that's what you got. So, is there anything anybody, we'll put it up there one more time. I'm going to get out of here shortly. If anybody has anything they want to say, call on in. We are not going to have a Wednesday show this week. Tomorrow night, we are going to have our recap show. We're going to break down and recap the 2 games that happened in the divisional round, which, there's not going to be a hell of a lot left to recap. We just recapped the Misfits and the Beaver Street Roar. It's not a final, but it's over. And the other game, we'll recap the end of it, and then we'll get right into our Super Bowl breakdown between the Beaver Street Roar and whoever the opponent is between, I'm thinking, Arby's and Lick My Rawls. We will get right into the Super Bowl breakdown. I will probably be reaching out in the morning to whoever the 2 competitors are. We're going to have, obviously, an extended show on Sunday. I'm going to live stream through the first game. We're going to live stream the Super Bowl. Going to try to have a lot of interviews on. I want to get some of the new owners on. Would like to get some predictions out of some people. So we're going to try to, probably what we'll do is we'll do it through the early game. The second game, I'll pop in with some live updates as big scores happen and big scores plays go on. But then in the evening game, it'll come down to how the rosters work out. And we'll take a look at the teams. We'll see when the guys are going to be playing, when the key moments are going to be. And we're going to live stream and keep you guys abreast of the action and how Super Bowl 8 breaks down in the Hardcore Challenge and who walks away the winner. And it'll be crowned live. It'll be finished live. So we're going to give it a whirl. And we'll get better with it as we go. But this will be our first one. So, while you guys are sitting there watching football, you can have your your phone or whatever in your hand and stream right along with the Super Bowl and keep up to date. We'll try to throw some interviews in it. I may even I thought about reaching out to a couple of the local owners, see if anybody would like to come in, sit next to me on the set for maybe a live interview or 2, or sit and do some breakdown, what have you. So just putting it out there. Just putting it out there. There are a few of you, Mr. Willie Weems, Joe Dudinsky, Mr. Wadland. We've got some of you. We got some local owners. Not a lot of you, but there is a handful. So, is the $1 million question right now. 1 spot's filled. Matt Herron, Beaver Street Roar, is in Super Bowl. Super Bowl 8. Will Lick My Rawls come back, close the gap, currently sitting at 159 to 202. Arby's is done. No more guys to play. Lick My Rawls still has Golden Tate, Jason Witten, and the Cowboys defense going. He's got a lot of room to make up though. 159. 159. Down 43 points. It could be done. Hell, it could be done by 1.5 guys. But I don't know. 202 is a big number, man. That's a steep number to come up against right before the Super Bowl. It's rough. And you gotta look, when you look at where it could come down to killing him, is Rawls. His namesake puts up a freaking goose egg for him, man. Puts up a goose egg when his team scores 31 points, and he's got Chris Ivory sitting on the bench who put up 18. Man, he don't want to end up like Stinky Pinky and make the wrong call and end up losing because you started the wrong guy. Because that's why Stinky Pinky ain't playing in this round, is because he started the wrong quarterback. Because if he would have started Andrew Luck and not Kirk Cousins, he'd be playing right now. But it's the calls we got to make in fantasy football. So, tomorrow night, tune in, 10 o'clock Eastern Time. We will have our recap, divisional round recap, as well as get into our Super Bowl breakdown. So that'll be tomorrow night. We will not have a Wednesday night show. Live stream the Super Bowl all day on Sunday. Get ready. It's here. There's about to be only 2 left standing. We got 1/2 of football left in the divisional round. 1/2 of football. Can Lick My Rawls close the gap? Or is RB's moving into the Super Bowl to try and become the first 2-time champion of the Hardcore Challenge? Are you ready for the challenge? Good luck. Game on.